In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the Schoology Kiosk app. So in the school district of Pickens County, if a student has a Chromebook, the Schoology Kiosk app is already on their Chromebook. So it's not anything that you have to add or that the student has to add. The purpose of the Schoology Kiosk app is to basically lock the student into Schoology so that they cannot leave Schoology and go surf the web or do anything else. Now, in my classroom, I mainly use this when I give a test through Schoology, and that way it locks it into them. I know that they're not using Google Docs to communicate with each other. They're not using the web to look up answers. One thing you need to be aware of is if you are familiar with the LAN School, which is what we use to kind of monitor students' screens while they're using their Chromebook, LAN School and Schoology Kiosk app cannot be used together, which means if you're using the app, you cannot view their screens through LAN School. That's good to know, because if you did open LAN School while you're expecting them to be in the app and you can see one of your students, then you know your student has left the app and has gone back into free range of the web. So just something to be aware of. Now, this video is a little different in that I can't show you in real time how this works, so I've taken some pictures instead. So what you're seeing on the screen right here is what a student would see on their Chromebook. So they need to be logged out, completely logged out. Notice I'm on the login screen. And down here at the bottom left, they'll have a thing that says apps. When you click on that, you'll see the Schoology Kiosk app. So the student checks that. The next thing the student will see is this screen. It says sign in to Schoology. So it kind of looks like their web page when they're normally trying to log into Schoology. Now, one thing really big here, and I don't know how many times I told my kids this last year, there was still one at the end of the year who would not do this properly. They have to click this SSO login first. Do not try to log in. If they try to log in, they're going to have to log out and then repeat the whole process again. So first, the SSO login. Next, they'll put in, I found it best to put in our zip code, and that way it brought up schools in our zip code. And you'll see on here, you'll see Liberty High School. You'll also see Sandbox Liberty High School. Don't worry about that one. You would want to choose this one. Or if you're at a different school, you would choose one of the others. You could start typing the school, like Liberty High School, but it's going to bring up all the liberties across the state. So it's your choice, however you want to get there. So once they do that and choose Liberty High School, now they'll see this screen. It says Liberty High School. And then they click Login. And they'll go through the login process like they normally do. Then they'll open up to Schoology, so they can navigate to the course, they can navigate to the test, whatever it is. Sorry about that. So like right here, I've gone into one of my courses, and if they were taking a test, they would just get into the test, and then they would take it. Some things to keep in mind that you should see on the screen to know that they're in the app is this toolbar up here. Notice it says log off. So when they're done with the app, they log off that way. There is a refresh button. Now, I had some students last year who wanted to, I don't know why they do the things they do. I don't know if they really wanted to cheat or they just didn't want to log out of their Chromebook because they have all these tabs open they think they're going to lose. But I would have some last year who would make it so that their top bar would kind of roll up, where you have to hover over it to bring it back down, thinking that I would not ask to see this log off. And when I did hover up there and that log off did not pop up, I knew they were not in the Kiosk app. So just something to keep in mind. They should have the log off here. I guess there's a way they can roll it up so you can't see it in their screen, but just tell them to pull it down so you can verify. Another thing to know is that they can go in Schoology in here. So I set my test for only one attempt. So if they leave the test to go to like a folder where I have all the notes, well, they've left their one attempt and it's now graded and they can't go back in. They'd have to call me over and say, something happened and I can't get back in. So then I know something fishy is kind of weird. But just some couple of things to think about. But that's how you use the Kiosk app.